Imagine packing for a quick weekend camping trip at a local state park. You throw a sleeping bag and a cooler in your car, ready to sleep under the stars. But then you look at your neighbor's driveway. They are hitching up a 30-foot dual-axle trailer, loading an industrial diesel generator, and strapping a military-grade satellite dish to the roof, all for a trip to the exact same woods. We operate under a strange psychological pull, where we assume that having heavier gear automatically makes us more of an expert. We confuse the logistical weight of our equipment with the actual depth of our capability. This obsession with performative complexity currently infects the corporate tech world. Teams adopt massive, buzzword-heavy architectures that vastly exceed their functional requirements simply to look enterprise-ready. For example, an engineering team might deploy a Kubernetes cluster, a planetary-scale orchestration system designed by Google to manage fleets of thousands of servers, simply to run a single script that logs data from one sensor in a lab. It is akin to a novice purchasing a new suit of leather armor and instructing the merchant to intentionally score and slash the material. They want to project the visual markers of experience without having walked a single mile to earn them. This behavior creates an ecosystem of pure overhead. When you bring that much heavy infrastructure to a simple scouting mission, you spend your entire weekend managing the gear, leveling the trailer and calibrating the dish, rather than executing the objective. You become a hostage to your own supply chain. Over-equipping destroys agility, replacing real problem-solving with the endless maintenance of your own tools. Research scientist William L. Weaver spent 30 years watching these heavy abstractions break under pressure. In his lab, he built an alternative ecosystem called the compass architecture, driven by a philosophy he calls the path of the ranger. A ranger travels light and lives off the land. In software, this means rejecting the dominant front-end frameworks and utilizing the native tools already built into the browser, raw HTML5, CSS3, and vanilla JavaScript. Weaver contrasts this with the heavy infantry approach. Modern frameworks act like a bureaucratic factory. To change a single pixel on a screen, you must employ an entire factory of third-party dependencies. Code is translated by Babel and packaged by Webpack. You maintain armor instead of navigating terrain. Furthermore, the virtual DOM builds a complete memory replica just to calculate one difference. It's like building a second house to paint a door. Weaver uses vanilla JavaScript and a bidirectional tunnel called a WebSocket. After the handshake, the tunnel remains open. When hardware registers a spike, the integer shoots down the tunnel directly to the screen. No virtual DOM, no middlemen. True mastery is found on the far side of complexity. By speaking directly to the machine, the ranger achieves a level of frictionless agility that a heavy framework can never match. This ongoing battle between agility and bloat defines modern project management as much as it does software engineering. The original Agile Manifesto was actually a ranger's rebellion. It prioritized individuals and interactions over tools, championing a team's ability to respond to change rather than rigidly following a preordained plan. Corporate conglomerates eventually calcified this philosophy into administrative theater. They replaced the old waterfall method with endless Lean Six Sigma seminars and bureaucratic belt certifications that prioritize the process over the actual technical challenges. Corporations merely swapped technological bloat for managerial bloat. These frameworks insulate the organization from the hard work of true learning, valuing the appearance of agility over functional results. This environment is currently facing the ultimate disruption. Most workers view the rise of artificial intelligence through the lens of panic, fearing a blind, algorithmic displacement of human labor. These advanced tools prioritize the most logically coherent path toward a functional goal. By their nature, they favor paths leading to the truth of a system over the performative appearance of complexity. An AI lacks the human ego that requires complex architectures to justify a high salary. It does not care about the color of a Six Sigma belt or the size of a dependency tree. It simply demands to see the functional logic. This is truth mode. When an AI identifies the most direct, mathematically sound way to route data or manage a project, the justification for maintaining sprawling administrative theater evaporates. This logic exposes the pre-gashed leather armor. When a system's functional truth is laid bare by an algorithmic analysis, The manufactured layers of management and technical bloat are revealed as unnecessary friction. The people most at risk in this transition are those whose roles are embedded within these layers of abstraction. The middle managers and junior developers, whose primary value is navigating the manufactured complexity that the AI just burned away. But for the true rangers who possess authentic, native mastery of their environment, AI acts as a massive force multiplier. Because the ranger already knows how to navigate the native environment without a massive logistical tail, an AI that can distill logic instantly allows one person to execute the workload of an entire department. They gain the efficiency of a factory without the factory. Surviving the AI future requires a commitment to seeing the world clearly and traveling light. Keep your loops non-blocking, your variables independent, and your digital footprint as light as a footstep on fallen leaves.